It's you again. What is it? Why? Sounds like you're making her a suspect in Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her.
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories.
Because she was here.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Culp.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically...
He's been through it. That means he's suspected her too. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
Oh. People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Footprints. Recent. That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those. Good news is, I'm still listening. I don't like guessing, Culp.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Colossia. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't. 72%. There's a percentage and all. It wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. What else have you got? That puts her on the roof. Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check, but a route does not.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
God damn. That's just about your...
You were warned not to bring it up. He's about to blow his fuse.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to a gun. That still doesn't mean she...
That's all you needed. Doubt.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still...
God damn it. We need to close that dump.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss.
So
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory. If it was...
You don't know. Just speak. Screw honest. You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you show.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroom.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right.
whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. All right. Keep talking.
T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would...
Phase 3. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of...
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
It's the kind of chin-rubbing men, often leaders, do when they think of punishment.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just a...
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boy.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her?
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. The old man in the corner. Not. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However, hard I asked. Want to know why? She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation. I told you. No, you, as in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Why not? You suck on that gun like someone tore you a brand new asshole. Sure, the human experiment. That's real funny. You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other. Open them up like can.
And then when they're all empty, just move on to the next can. Don't look back. And
Fucking hell. Titus did.
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
it's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus, this cop, he... But she was too scared.
Scared. You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste.
She's not far. We know...
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like.
Yeah, Al. And we won't.
She's not really, hardy can.
She's not, Glenn. A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her? More precise.
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlock. She's not here.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. No one goes to tell Everard anything. He knows what he has to know. Fast.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Sure, there's some shithouses there. A cinderblock town. The fisherfolk there refuse to. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash.
We will start there. One more question.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. The what now?
She said she's...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing...
This guy barely understands.
There you have it.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns.
Yes?
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That ruby of yours? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clausia. It was nice and ruby scent. Anything struck you a bit off about this mishmash? Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue. True. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it? No, they didn't. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know, don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid.
Oh, sorry, officer. What do you want? Yes? What about René?
Yes.
It is what...
Despite that,
I just don't know anymore. Officer, I... Oh, sorry, officer.
Our tenant, the police, nay.
because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
This is my little cinder block town.
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your...
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. No, it's not like that, man.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others.
Tequila sunset.
Can't really remember seeing any women.
It's a touchy topic. He hasn't got laid in ages.
Uncle.
There's no...
The legend! He's back. And thirsty. I got smokes and piss.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Aye. But don't let it grow too much.
Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the... Sorry I couldn't help you out. Really? Are you... A lot of stuff. Oh. There's plenty missing. But that's too much for even an eager terrier like you to handle. Although you seem very thorough. Tell me, instead, is there... I'll just keep the Corda Leche in the channel, if that's okay. Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty. Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I...
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Spying has such a negative connotation. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Corda Leche red.
What is this? Destruction of property, hooliganism, elder abuse, and who...
No matter. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jet...
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that...
Fortunately for you, madame.
Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Maybe.
Above you, there forms a quilt of their cloud shadows.
Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Celindian, Isola. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholi. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this?
Do we?
I hear.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez. At the...
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with.
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down.
That over there. Must be the boy Klaas you told us about. The one she hid her passport in.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already...
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae.
Well, damn. We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore. I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. That may very well be the case. We should keep...
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. Though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Hello. Isn't this a fun? No, I'm afraid I can't.
So you haven't seen it?
No, I'm sorry. As I said.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. There's some tear, an empty cigarette pack, 2 empty.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with. A man lies on the boardwalk. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking?
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it...
It does look extremely rickety, and wouldn't help much either.
To warm his hands before... Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2...
There, 1.2 kilometers. A glowing light on a third. Smoking. Drinking. An old door, worn by elements. Guard.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage.
scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. A scattering of bullet holes. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across, unable to piece. The scattering of bullet. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic snowflakes fall on the. A long time has passed. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes. They stand, facing the wall. Ordinary people. Foreign dissidents. Unwashed criminal. Maybe you should change it. They were praying. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe.
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was a commandant.
A cold sea behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers. There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry them off, not this time. The opposition is insurmountable. And dangerous. Dangerous too.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. As you look at the floorboards in this corner, The edge of a floorboard next to it looks hollow. Space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing particular catches your eye. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. A small cylindrical object. You pull it. The floorboard doesn't care. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling. This isn't ammunition.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at... Damn that girl.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you?
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a... Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen...
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock I think. I cleaned it, like I ought. No. She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age...
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder.
Did she talk to you much during her...
No, she was mostly silent this time. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brutal.
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter, like you sometimes get, son.
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape meals, although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and...
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
I don't know. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back...
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice...
The Feld electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do...
She really means it.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the... How old are you? That's where this is going. 40... You could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58? You asked. 42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
There's silence. Then, here it comes.
Sure, you're 42.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation. Oh,
Did you take the document?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, they couldn't know where I put it. I'm absolutely You mentioned seawater? I was worried I'd be...
The words, washed away, sound distant and strange suddenly.
I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won.
She smiles, a bitter little smile. She means it.
Clearly, I haven't. We're having this...
The snow falls on her shoulders.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for... I don't know how long now. I like to call this my rooftop containment facility. For my sins, of course. For destroying my first love. For working for bad people. The list goes on and on. I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for me. The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know. I mean, there's no reason for me to think they're somehow connected to her. Did I?
The lieutenant looks away, over the railing. He feels uncomfortable with this conversation. He doesn't know what to add. She nods. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. She slowly. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, even by the standards of the Philippian king. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, started his own maladministration, foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. Stories have it that he called...
The man certainly knew how to live!
But wait, you haven't even heard about it. You see, old Philippe, not just any nose candy though. We're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent. That's what the revolution... This is slander. The king was just and beautiful. The revolution... Beneath the cold waters, a group of marble pleurons still surround. The original was blown apart by... Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart. People in Philip III, the... You see a once bright mural towering above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first. Indeed, somehow you knew it was here, an urban ruin gutted by you felt it before when it rained in Martinez, and you felt.
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical ruin of a dead.
Why single out this one building? Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. Trying to talk to the wind, the city is trying to talk to the city, something you've done before. A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel... Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place, I'm sure it won't.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can an adventure away. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing in through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs. And then...
She's down there.
Okay. Why? Good, good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there? So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building.
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. An old pipe peeks out from beneath. Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the dark. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement.
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And it's right here, a maintenance door.
It's jammed shut. The subtle... Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs a thin layer of snow. As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. You and the...
Let's take a breather and...
Behind the pipe. Behind the pipe, the maintenance door. The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components. Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system. The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall. The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. These? No. These are old filament memories.
All you will find here is pain.
Yes?
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
No. What do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there. No, but...
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping...
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. Doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entire... Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Really now? Check...
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? Thanks. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, People lose their minds in just a few years.
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations. But she won't tell you about her. Boy, you're one empathetic police officer to have guessed even that right now.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
I built it myself.
And she's proud of it too, as she ought to be. This is way beyond your ability.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it. If you've got something really important to say, you can...
Turn this...
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell.
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes it is.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you? Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now. A smirk crosses her face as she watches you stand there. You watch. You see, above them there's something in the wind. Indeed, you felt it. The once bright.
In there?
Why single out this one, even though you're sure you succeed? Trying to talk the prayer.
How do we? She's probably... And then, anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Then, if...
Walk the coat and buckle up and raise your collar. Suddenly, in through the...
She's dead.
Okay. Why? Good, good, yes. Cool. So...
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you...
There has... An old pipe. Your eyes slowly begin. The lieutenant looks over a thin layer as your eyes adjust. And?
Given that... However...
The lieutenant's face...
And it's right.
It's jam. Oh yeah. Big boy time. The metal...
Good work.
This isn't just... Yes, filament memory. The how.
So it is. I think the rest of the building... These?
All you'll find here. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man. And years worth. Someone crouches.
Some radical or radicals were hiding out here. They left alone half a century. I think the purpose of this bunker was we have found
good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Millions of depictions of Mazov have been... You mean like Ruby? No.
There it is again, like a swoop.
No. What do you mean? I don't feel it, but no.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed.
I know you can't say it's a...
The voice doesn't wish to hurt you. No, buddy. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Really?
You're overwhelmed.
I'm using a pale...
The explosion blasted from that...
Saw my...
Right.
A pale latitude signals are in...
Sounds like she...
So...
Precisely. At the upper limit.
She's been holed up in here for...
I built it myself.
And she's...
That's illegal.
Oh, yeah. Way beyond. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. No. If you've got some... Goddamn fine.
Well, just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. She looks...
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why? Because you've been going around pointing a gun. A smirk crosses her face as she watches. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed.
I know you can't say it's...
The voice coming doesn't wish. That's an awful decision. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job.
I'm using a...
The blasted from that pale image.
Saw my equation. A pale signal...
Sounds like...
So precise at the upper...
She's been holed up in here for a while.
I built it my...
And she's proud.
That's it. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before. Yeah, let's...
So she thinks of you.
If you've got... God damn it. Fine.
Well, just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but...
All good, officer.
She looks...
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed.
I know you can't say it's a
The voice coming doesn't wish to hurt you. That's an... Don't focus on the pain. Focus on...
I'm using a pale...
The blasted from that pet.
Saw my...
Right.
A pale signal...
Sounds like...
So precise at the up...
She's been holed up in here.
I built it...
And she's proud.
That's illegal.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, Yeah, let's not talk about...
So she thinks...
If you've got... God damn it, fine.
Well, just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your... She looks...
Oh, fuck it.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You know. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth. Eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Good call. Yeah, I'm sure. I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated. Her tent. We should check it out.
The plain red tent. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag, cooking utensils, some books, and a kerosene lamp. Assorted soft covers, mostly.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. You pocket a trusted friend.
We should read this immediately.
thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller. This was important to her when it was still hers. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. The thick journal, it's a mix of logistical notes.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. The way some of those question marks trail off into ellipsis. Staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand. The thick journal. The plain red tent. It was pitched. The thick journal. Nothing. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense? The most recent entry. Even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I just don't think she killed a mercenary. It's mostly a gut feeling, though, since we let her walk out without hearing her side of the story.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have a... Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than we does. Could have been Titus. Then again... Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. Somewhere along the way, we might have been fed a lie or two. One thing is for certain. We have business back in...
Ratan! Now is the time! Oh, you will see. First the spirits! The blue medicinal spirits! Grab the bottle and uncork it! It is time to unleash the other world! Hush, hush, Ratan! Now is not the time to celebrate. Now is the time to get ready!
The bottle opens with a howling somewhere, lashing the...
Now, Ratan, take me off!
Your fingers manage to undo the oily knot, and the necktie slides off. It looks so frail.
Now, put me in the bottle!
As the necktie slides into the purifying liquid, large stains of grease rise off from it, cleansed by the blue spirit fire of 98.7% pure alcohol. The necktie floats in the bluish liquid with almost there is silence. The lieutenant has been observing you quietly all this time. He's struggling to keep silent, but finally seems to give up.
I've got to ask, what are you doing? That makes two of us. Let's not waste any more time under this boardwalk.